अज़ान।
अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर। अशहदु अल्ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह। अशहदु अल्ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह। अशहदु अन्ना मुहम्मदर रसूलुल्लाह। अशहदु अन्ना मुहम्मदर रसूलुल्लाह। हय्य अला सलाह, हय्य अला सलाह, हय्य अलल फलाह, हय्य अलल फलाह। अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह।
अस्सलामु अलैकुम रहमतुल्लाह। أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. अल्लाह ताला के फजल से जमात अहमदिया जर्मनी को आज से अपने जलसा सालाना के इनेकाद की तौफीक मिल रही है जो इंशाअल्लाह ताला 3 दिन तक जारी रहेगा.
From today, with the grace of the Almighty Allah, the Jamaat Ahmadiyya Germany is being enabled to hold its Jalsa Salana. Inshallah, God willing, this will continue for 3 days. Within these same days, there are Jalsas being held of various other countries in the world, in particular of USA, of Kababir, and so on. The Umara of these countries expressed a desire that as our Jalsas are being held in these same days, so we may perhaps also be referred to. It is at this time very early in the morning in the US. Similarly, the time for the Friday prayers would also have probably passed in Kababir. In the US, Jummah will perhaps start after 6 or 5 hours.
उनका इख्तिताम का वक्त भी यही है जब यहाँ इंशाअल्लाह ताला जलसे का इख्तिताम हो रहा होगा.
So thus, on the last day of the Jalsa, on Sunday, their concluding session will inshallah be at the same time when the Jalsa will be concluding here.
इंशाअल्लाह ताला
In this respect, they would also participate in the concluding session and silent prayer, inshallah, God willing.
इस लिहाज से फ़ायदेमंद भी हो जाता है कि लाइव खुतबात
For Jalsas of various countries to be held in the same days is useful in the sense
जमा होते हैं इस्तिफादा कर लेते हैं इनमें शामिल
that through listening to the live sermons, people of different countries who gather together to participate in the Jalsas are also benefited and become a part of those Jalsas.
खासा हिस्सा जलसों के लाइव प्रोग्राम को सुनता है.
And thus, the message of the Khalifa of the time reaches to a large proportion of the Jamaat.
बहुत बड़ी
It may indeed be the case that a large numbers of the Jamaat in the world listen to the live sermon and program. However, still, according to my estimates, there is yet a sizable proportion who are not listening to it.
जलसे हो रहे हैं.
So thus, as I stated, the Ahmadis of the US and the Ahmadis of other countries who are holding their Jalsas in these same days will become a part of the Jalsa on the last day.
उन ममालिक के वक्त के मुताबिक
However, today also on Jummah, many people's attention would be drawn in this direction.
अक्सर लोग आए होते हैं बल्कि शामिल भी
Although the time here may perhaps not suit all the other countries. However, because the people are gathered together with the intention of participating in the Jalsa, it is for this reason, in accordance with their respective timings, wherever they may be, they do listen to the khutbah or the speeches.
जलसा सालाना के हवाले से
That is to say, in comparison to normal circumstances, a larger number of people listen to them.
मुकासद जो हज़रत मसीह
In today's sermon, I would like to remind towards the objectives of the Jalsa Salana. These are those objectives which the promised Messiah, on whom be peace, has expounded with respect to the Jalsa Salana.
इन बातों को
A need for reminding is always present. This is so that within the days of the Jalsa, a special focus and attention persists. Also, so that after the Jalsa, one, in accordance with his capacities, is able to absorb these things, and that these qualities are demonstrated by Ahmadis through their actions.
देर तो जो कायम रहती है.
This point also depends upon a person's attention and focus.
खेड़ों में भी इंसान पड़ा हुआ है.
That for how long does his focus maintain?
अक्सर दुनियादारी गालिब आ जाती है.
Because nowadays a person is engrossed in various other works and endeavors of the world.
सुस्ती पैदा हो
It is as a result of this, often materialism and worldliness dominates a person. as a result of which slackness develops within one's obligatory and voluntary duties.
ये 3 दिन
Some Ahmadis write to me after participating in the Jalsa
किसी और ही दुनिया में थे.
that during these 3 days of the Jalsa, our lives transformed altogether. These 3 days passed in a manner as if we were in a different world. There was a special spiritual atmosphere.
जो जलसे के दिनों में
Please pray that even after the Jalsa, this state continues.
इसका असर हर शामिल होने वाले पर होता है.
So thus, this is the state which during the days of the Jalsa is dominant.
ईमानी हालत के मुताबिक ये असर रहता है.
This has an impact upon everyone who attends the Jalsa.
और ये भूल जाएंगे
In accordance with every person's spiritual state, this impact remains. Some forget immediately after the Jalsa. They will forget, and they do forget, that whilst listening to the speeches of the Jalsa, what pledges we made with ourselves and what pledges we made with our God, that we would maintain these virtues and pieties.
और बहुत से ऐसे भी हैं जो चंद महीने तक
There are some who will maintain this impact for a few days, whilst others will maintain this impact for some weeks. There are many who will maintain this impact for many months. These are the facts which we cannot close our eyes to.
माहौल का असर सालों रहता है. बस अक्सरियत क्योंकि
There are also a handful upon whom this impact maintains for years.
होने का भी फरमाया है, मजीद करने का भी फरमाया है.
So thus, because the majority only maintain this impact for a short while, it is for this reason that Allah the Almighty has instructed to frequently and repeatedly remind. Allah the Almighty has instructed for such an atmosphere and environment to repeatedly be formed, which would draw the attention of the believers towards pieties and towards their obligations and responsibilities.
हम पर बहुत बड़ा एहसान
Such an environment and atmosphere should be formed which would frequently remind them of being mindful of their own actions. Thus the promised Messiah, on whom be peace, has done a great favor upon us by starting the Jalsa Salana.
अपने फ़राइज़
Through it, we gain a collective opportunity for reformation. We are enabled to acquire spiritual fruits.
का मौका मिल जाता है. बस जैसा कि मैंने कहा
We gain an opportunity to heed towards our responsibilities and our obligations.
और इसकी गर्ज़ व गायत के बारे में हज़रत मसीह मौऊद अलैहिस्सलाम के इरशादात की रोशनी में
So thus, as I said, I shall speak with regards to the purpose and motives of the Jalsa Salana in light of the statements of the promised Messiah, on whom be peace. From these it becomes clear how the promised Messiah alayhi salam desired for the participants of the Jalsa to be, and of his expectations of how Ahmadis should act. Before I begin with this, the administration should provide me a report whether the sound is reaching to the back. Or anyone sitting at the back should raise their hand to inform whether the sound is audible and proper. That is fine.
तरफ रकूली झुक जाए और उनके अंदर खुदा ताला
The promised Messiah, on whom be peace, states,
और वो ज़ुहद
the heart should be fully inclined towards the hereafter. The fear of Allah the Almighty should be developed within the heart.
और मुआखात में
Zuhud and righteousness, nobility,
और इनकिसार
meekness,
और तवाज़ो और रास्ते
and mutual love, and in brotherly feelings. They should become examples for others.
इख्तियार करें. इन चंद
Humbleness, truthfulness, and honesty should develop within them. They should be very active for religious endeavors and activities.
लाया अमल बयान फरमा दिया. फरमाया कि जलसे में शामिल होने वालों
In these few sentences, the promised Messiah alayhi salam has provided a complete roadmap for a true Ahmadi. The promised Messiah alayhi salam stated there should be such transformation cultivated within the person attending the Jalsa that he should become an example of zuhud. If one reflects in this just one word, there is such an immense guidance that it cuts the root of all evil and vice. Zuhud means to hold back from the worldly temptations and worldly attractions. It is to shun worldly desires. It is to suppress one's inappropriate feelings and passions from developing. It is to suppress it in such a manner that all doors of such desires are closed, so such desires do not even emerge. Now, if one reflects, then man cannot completely sever his ties from those things in this life that Allah the Almighty has created. So thus this also does not mean that you desist yourselves to such an extent that you cut yourselves off from the world altogether. Zuhud actually means that you should hold yourself back from the inappropriate desires of this world. Allah the Almighty has also mentioned His bounties and blessings that He has given. By not deriving benefit from these bounties is being ungrateful to God. It is mentioned in a tradition that some companions of the Prophet pledged that we would go on keeping fast on a daily basis. We would not marry, and we would not go near any woman. We would just go on praying all night. The Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when this came to his knowledge, stated, I also keep fast, and I also break the fast. I offer the prayer, and I also sleep. I also carry out other worldly tasks and domestic chores. I have also carried out the nikah with women. So thus he who turns away from my example is not from amongst me. The Holy Prophet stated, remember that in comparison to all of you, I am more fearful of God. I keep my every desire in accordance with the will of God. Thus this would mean that one's aim should not only be to satisfy his worldly desires. In fact, take whatever is best from it. And if you remain within moderation, and if you keep attaining the pleasure of Allah the Almighty in view, and then derive benefit from these worldly things, then this would be zuhud. If you come here, and as a result of the freedom in these Western countries, the satisfaction of all the worldly desires is attracting you, then your coming to the Jalsa is useless. And also coming into the Bayt, the initiation or pledge of allegiance of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, would also be useless. Thus, the promised Messiah states, cultivate zuhud within. If you cultivate this, you would be able to recognize the true spirit of taqwa. What is taqwa? Taqwa alone is to always have the fear in your heart that I should not commit any such act through which Allah the Almighty could become angry with me. The fear of the anger of Allah the Almighty should not be as a result of a fear of being punished. Rather, it should be fear in a manner that one would fear causing anger to someone who is very close to him or a close relative. This can only occur when love for Allah the Almighty encompasses and becomes dominant over all other loves. Such a condition for love can be attained when one has a personal connection with God and has understanding and knowledge of it. When the focal and pivotal point is the being of Allah the Almighty. So thus this is that standard and level which every single one of us should strive to achieve. The promised Messiah alayhi salam, in order to establish this standard of taqwa, has numerous times in various ways advised us. In one of his addresses, the promised Messiah alayhi salam states, "For the well-being and benefit of our community, what is deemed most important is that the topic of taqwa should be advised upon.
अल्लाह ताला फरमाता है
For according to intelligent people, it is evident that except for taqwa, there is nothing else from which Allah the Almighty is pleased."
यकीनन अल्लाह ताला
Allah the Almighty states, "Inna Allah ma'alladhina taqaw walladhina hum muhsinun."
जब जमात के अफराद
Verily, Allah is with those who are righteous and who do good.
इस बात की नसीहत की जाती है तो ये इस वजह से है कि ज़माने के मामूर की बैत में आकर
Thus, when the members of the Jamaat are advised on this matter repeatedly,
लोग हैं
this is for the purpose
इस वजह से
that after coming into the Bai'at, the initiation of the Imam of this time, when we claim and when we profess that we are the people who, as a result of coming into this Bai'at, coming into this initiation, Allah the Almighty has become pleased by us, or that we have taken this Bai'at, this initiation, to please God, and we are going to do our best to act upon the commands of Allah.
नहीं तो ये दावा महज दावा होगा अगर हमारा कदम तकवा की तरफ नहीं
So then, if we do not act upon this, then this claim would be merely a claim.
वसलाम ने बयान फरमाई है
If our steps are not moving towards righteousness, then this would be a claim and nothing more.
जो मौसमों में से
This verse that has been mentioned by the promised Messiah, on whom be peace, is actually explaining the quality of taqwa.
जज्बात
That taqwa belongs to those people who are amongst the muhsinin. The meaning of muhsin is those who treat others in a kind and good manner,
तकवा
those who take care of the feelings and sentiments of others, those who possess knowledge.
के कलाम की भी खूबसूरती
This knowledge then helps them to walk upon the path of righteousness.
अपनी ख्वाहिशात को खुदा ताला की
So therefore, look at how beautiful are the words of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. First, he drew attention towards zuhud, that you must make your desires subservient to the will of Allah.
अपने जज्बात को
Then the promised Messiah inculcated to adopt righteousness.
मान करके
He presents that example from the Word of God, which includes the inculcation that you should sacrifice your passions for the sentiments and emotions of others, and you should thus benefit them, and thus become a righteous person, which will enable you to become one who acquires the pleasure of Allah.
इस ख्याल से भी
Then the promised Messiah alayhi salam states, "For our Jamaat, the quality of taqwa is particularly needed. This is especially in this consideration, that they attach themselves to such a person, and they are in the Bai'at, the initiation of such a person who has claimed to be the appointed one. So those who are embroiled in any type of rancor, enmity, or shirk,
बैत का ऐलान
that they attain salvation from all calamities and misfortunes."
का ऐलान कोई मामूली ऐलान नहीं है आपसे बैत करने का ऐलान आपने फरमाया जब करते हो तुम
So therefore, the promised Messiah, on whom be peace, stated that the proclamation of Bai'at is no ordinary proclamation.
होने का है
The promised Messiah alayhi salam states, when you make the announcement of Bai'at, it is no ordinary matter. For he states that my claim is of one who is appointed, of one who has been sent for this mission by Allah the Almighty, that through me the world will be reformed.
मेरे जरिए से
That through me now man will come to recognize God and will establish a relationship and connection with Allah the Almighty. That through me and through those who follow and believe in me, those high morals will be demonstrated, which Allah the Almighty instructed in the last law-bearing book, which was revealed upon the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In other words, which he has inculcated in the Holy Quran.
निकालना होगा या हर किस्म के बहुत और कीने अपने दिलों से निकालने होंगे
So thus, in order to carry out Haqooqul Ibad, fulfilling the rights of mankind, we would have to cleanse ourselves of all form of rancor and enmity of our hearts. We would have to purify our hearts like a mirror. And in order to fulfill the rights of Allah, we would have to cleanse ourselves of all forms of shirk.
जिससे खुदा ताला को
The fear of the world or the fear of worldliness or inclination towards materialism or worldliness makes man forget Allah the Almighty.
बैत के हकदार कहलाओ।
Through this, man forgets God. This leads to a decline in his standard of worship.
अगर बैत का हक अदा करना है
If you save yourselves from all of this, only then will you be called one who truly fulfills the right of bed. This is impossible without taqwa. If you want to fulfill the right of the bed, the initiation, then you should inculcate the pious reformation within you,
बहुत सी आफात से
and you should reform yourselves. You should cultivate righteous reformation within yourself. What would be the result of this? It would be that you would be delivered from many calamities, misfortunes and tribulations.
आप फरमाते हैं
In this regard, the promised Messiah ﷺ has said in very firm words, and he has emphatically admonished.
एक जमात को देखता है
He states, Allah the Almighty is merciful and benevolent. He is similarly severe in his wrath and punishment. He sees a community who makes lofty claims, yet they do not follow that up with practical actions. In such a case, his anger and wrath increases.
खुदा को सामने रखते हुए
May Allah the Almighty never let it happen that we observe the wrath and anger of Allah.
उसका
Rather, may we always keep in view righteousness and in accordance with our capacities be those who strive to make efforts, and that we are always those who beseech Allah the Almighty for His mercy and grace, and that we obtain His mercy.
इस्लाम फरमाते हैं
In order to acquire this standard, what should be our condition? What efforts would we need to make? In this respect, the promised Messiah, on whom be peace, states,
यानी जो इंसान पर
the extent to which man performs virtues consists of two parts. One is obligatory and the other is the optional or voluntary. The obligatory are those things that have been made obligatory upon man, such as repaying loans, or to do good to someone who has done good to you.
कर्जे का उतारना या नेकी कोई तुम्हारे से करे तो उसके मुकाबले पर
Now some people do take loans, but delay in paying it back.
हर एक नेकी
Whereas the promised Messiah ﷺ states that this is amongst your obligations to repay back loans, or to do good to someone who has done good to you. Apart from obligations, with every virtue, there is the optional or voluntary.
इंसान के मुकाबले भी
He says that apart from these obligations, there are voluntary and optional. That is, such virtues which are beyond what is obligatory.
अलावा
For example, that to do even more of a favor to a favor.
ताला
These are optional or voluntary.
अल्लाह ताला फरमाता है
For example, in addition to zakat, it is to give more sadaqat.
हाथ पाँव
Allah the Almighty becomes a friend of such people. Allah the Almighty states, His friendship goes to the extent that He becomes the hand, the feet, so much so that He becomes a tongue from which He speaks.
यानी खुदा ताला की
So thus this is our God, who not only rewards every act,
इंसान
in fact He becomes the friend of such a person. That is to say, such doors of Allah the Almighty's friendship and protection open up for such a person, which are beyond the envisagement of man.
एहसान करो तुम्हारे से कोई नेकी
However, when is this status obtained?
तलाश में रहो
The promised Messiah ﷺ states it is obtained in such a condition when you do a favor in reply to a favor. When someone does something good to you, you should be always in search that how can I repay this act of goodness with goodness? In fact, not only this. In fact, the promised Messiah ﷺ states, to give back equally good is just giving back. It behoves a believer that he should give a favor and be kind beyond how much someone was kind or favorable to him. Now, if this status develops within society, that every person does good to the other, even more so than the extent that was done good to him, and that every single person gives attention towards this matter, and that every single person is acting in this way, that when someone does something good to him, in response, the first person is always worried how he can be even more kind or favorable to him. So such a society can never be a selfish society.
खुदा ताला की रज़ा के हसूल के लिए किया जा रहा हो तो फिर
Rather, it will be a society of love, peace and affection.
और सबसे बढ़कर
When all of this would be carried out for the sake of acquiring the pleasure of Allah the Almighty,
कोई हिसाब व शुमार नहीं
that Allah the Almighty, who knows full well what is deep in their hearts, and who most of all returns with reward and blessings, His rewards and blessings are beyond measure and are immeasurable and countless. So thus Allah the Almighty blesses one then in a manner which he cannot even imagine.
अल्लाह ताला की रज़ा
So this is that spirit which we must develop within ourselves,
बातों में भी
that we must act virtuously and piously, but do so in a selfless manner.
कि हम खुदा ताला
We must do so to acquire the pleasure of Allah the Almighty alone. In our worship also, alongside the obligatory worship, should also be the nawafil, the voluntary worship. And this should be so that we can become those who acquire the pleasure of Allah.
किसी बंदे से
Alongside, our other acts that we perform should be voluntary or extra acts, which should not be for any worldly purpose. To return a favor for a favor done should not be to derive any personal gain from anyone. Rather, it should only be to acquire the pleasure of Allah. This, then, is true taqwa and the true essence which Allah the Almighty values and regards. That is to say, Allah the Almighty states, I have no concern for your apparent worships and fast.
मेराज
If we are offering our prayer, which Allah the Almighty has commanded us to offer, which in fact have been included amongst the obligations, and the pinnacle of worship is actually prayer, then Allah the Almighty has also stated, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ,
बाजमात पढ़ने
that I have not created the men and the jinn, but that they worship me.
कुरान करीम में कई जगह पर
And then to observe prayer for men, it is to do it in congregation, it is to do it on time and regularly. In the Holy Quran, this has been mentioned in numerous places.
बस ये यकीनन
However, it is these same prayers which for some people, Allah the Almighty states, become a means of their destruction.
इसका सादा जवाब
So thus, most certainly, this is a matter of deep reflection upon us, that how does one act of virtue also become a means of our ruin and destruction? The simple answer to this is that Allah the Almighty has commanded every act of virtue to be performed based on taqwa, that is righteousness. That is, Allah the Almighty desires for that essence which is inside the shell rather than the outward form or shell.
हमें समझ लेना चाहिए कि हमने एक ज़ाहिरी अमल तो
If through our prayers within us does not develop sentiments of compassion for others, then we should consider that we have carried out an apparent act with its outward form.
बाज़ दफ़ा हम खौल वाले
However, that spirit which should be found in the prayer would be missing.
बड़ा अच्छा नजर आ रहा होता है लेकिन खोलो तो अंदर से जो इसका
Sometimes we observe in those fruits which have a cover that they look very beautiful from the outside.
बादाम है
However, when you open them, then its kernel inside is either not fully formed or it has been eaten by worms.
अपने अमाल से
Or, for example, there are certain kinds of almonds which a person opens up very enthusiastically, but they are bitter within.
मगज या फल को बचाना है
So thus, through our practical actions, we must follow upon the commands of Allah the Almighty. And we must protect and save this essence of what is inside,
हमारे अंदर
and which would be accepted by Allah the Almighty.
ताला से ताल्लुक के अलावा बनी नौ से
This can only occur when our prayers and when our worship within us, in addition to forming a connection and relationship with Allah the Almighty, also cultivates compassion and love for humanity. With the grace of the Almighty Allah, the Jamaat Germany every year is building 4 or 5 mosques. I also get the opportunity to inaugurate these mosques. Almost everywhere where these mosques are inaugurated, I say that after the construction of these mosques, the responsibilities of the Ahmadis in the local area increases. To just build a mosque and come there to offer their prayers is not good enough, even if they are coming 5 times a day to the mosque to offer their prayers. The essence is that from this mosque, mutual relationships should strengthen, and the people of the local area should come to know the true and beautiful teachings of Islam through every Ahmadi's acts upon our own people, upon others. That spirit should impact them, which those who worship Allah the Almighty produce in their environment. Every Ahmadi should demonstrate this desire and teaching of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, where the promised Messiah alayhi salam stated that kindness, meekness, mutual love and brotherhood, in these things become examples for others. So thus this love, this affection and this example of brotherhood is for each other, and it is also for others. Where examples for one another attracts the love of Allah the Almighty and will elevate the standard of righteousness, there also it will attract others to the beautiful teachings of Islam. In this way, new avenues of preaching will open up. The promised Messiah, on whom be peace, in one prayer for his Jamaat states, "May Allah the Almighty purify the hearts of this Jamaat. May He extend the hand of His mercy and turn their hearts towards Him. May He eliminate all forms of mischief and all rancor from their hearts, and may He grant them true mutual affection and love. May Allah the Almighty enable all of us to become the recipients of this prayer." Then, in that literature which I mentioned at the outset, the promised Messiah, on whom be peace, has drawn special attention towards humbleness and modesty. This is such a virtue which increases mutual love, which draws attention towards fulfilling mutual rights. It also attracts the attention of others. Allah the Almighty has also mentioned this as a sign of His servants, Yamshuna ala al-arde huna, that they walk on the earth in a dignified manner, with humbleness and humility. Thus this humility and meekness develops that spirit in man that draws him near to Allah the Almighty, and it also enhances the beauty of the society. It also enhances the beauty of mutual relations and eliminates mutual enmities and grudges and increases love. Then the promised Messiah alayhi salam has drawn special attention towards truthfulness and uprightness. Although one who treads on the path of taqwa performs all virtues, for this is the definition of taqwa, and one who understands the true purport of taqwa, it is as if he has attained everything. However, there are some details which are necessary to emphasize and stress, and there are some acts which enhance the standard of taqwa. It is for this reason that Allah the Almighty has laid special emphasis and stress upon truthfulness, uprightness and honesty. Allah the Almighty states, "Ya ayyuhallazina amanu taqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadida," that, O ye who believe, fear Allah and say the right word. I provided a commentary of this verse and explained it 2 or 3 weeks ago in my Friday sermon. Nonetheless, here the promised Messiah alayhi salam has, especially with relation to this matter, mentioned this for those people who come to the Jalsa to acquire spiritual progression. that elevate the standard of your righteousness. Reform yourselves.
और इसके लिए रास्तबाजी, सच्चाई,
And if this occurs, it is then that you will be one who fulfills the rite of the Jalsa. For this, uprightness, straightforwardness, and honesty and truthfulness are the qualities that you must adopt. This is extremely essential. This is a basic point.
और जब हर अहमदी के रास्तबाजी के माया
Thus elevate the standard of your honesty and truthfulness, so you can achieve that purpose for which you have gathered together.
जब बातों में असर होगा
When the standard of every Ahmadi's honesty and uprightness will be of the loftiest standards, it is then that your words will also have an impact, an impression. When your words will leave an impression, it is then that we can become of those who further the mission and objective of the promised Messiah, on whom be peace.
बंदे को खुदा की पहचान करवाकर खुदा ताला से मिलाना,
And the mission that the promised Messiah alayhi salam brought includes two important objectives. One is to make man recognize Allah the Almighty and to enable him to establish a connection with God. Secondly, it is to make people fulfill the rights of humanity. Both these tasks are such which demand of us taqwa and also sacrifice.
खुदा ताला से
They demand in our practical condition pious reformation to be cultivated.
जब तक हमारा अपना खुदा ताला से पुख्ता ताल्लुक कायम ना हो,
We cannot make mankind connect with Allah the Almighty until our own connection with Allah the Almighty is strong.
आइजी, इनकिसारी, सच्चाई, मोहब्बत, अखुवत,
In terms of fulfilling the rights of mankind, we cannot carry this out until we cultivate sentiments of humility, humbleness, meekness, love, brotherhood, and sacrifice within ourselves.
ताकि जलसा पर आने के मकसद को
So thus, in these 3 days, we must analyze this connection and this passion and sentiment, and we must enhance and increase it, inshallah. This is so that we can become those who achieve the purpose of the Jalsa, and also so that we can fulfill that desire of the promised Messiah, on whom be peace. So thus, in these 3 days, to elevate the standard of your righteousness and to rectify your condition should be the effort that every Ahmadi, every participant makes. Also pray that Allah the Almighty enables us to do this. May Allah the Almighty enable us to truly fulfill the objective of this Jalsa.
Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر.